I usually like to watch TV with my little sister, Kimberly. She was only 5, so of course she watched all the cute kid shows. I didn't really mind, though. They made her happy and I liked spending time with her. She watched shows like Dora, Blue's Clues, and Arthur. We often had a lot of DVDs of old kid shows around the house that we would watch. There was a large box of old movies and TV shows in the attic. I took a brief look at it once, but none of them looked like they would appeal to her. One day, Kimberly was at a doctor's appointment, and I thought I'd have time to watch a movie aimed more towards my age range. So I thought this would be a good time to look through the box of old movies in the attic. While I looked through the box, I noticed that these movies didn't really interest me, but I kept looking in hopes to find something. Then I saw, at the bottom of the box, a DVD labeled Colwin's Corner. Many memories started to come back to me. I used to watch this show as a kid. It was about an orange puppet named Colwin, who lived in a house on the corner of the street. He would often have his other puppet friends come over to play games and sing songs. It was cute and innocent, and I remember really liking it as a kid. I thought this would be a good show for my sister and I to watch. When Kimberly got home, I told her I got a new show for us to watch. She got excited and sat down on the couch while I put the disc in. I sat down next to her as the selection screen popped up. The screen looked just as I remembered it. It showed Colwin and his friends in front of the house. I chose the first episode and the theme song began. I was a little confused. The colors were a lot darker than I remember, and the song was sung a lot slower and in a deeper voice. I didn't think much of it as I hadn't seen the show in a long time and I probably forgot some elements of it. The show began pretty normally. Colwin was in his house and said hello to the viewers. There was a knock on his door and he said, "I think my friends are here." When he opened the door, I felt my heart to my throat. Standing at the door were 2 tall, white puppets with no nose or mouth, only pitch-black eyes. I was shocked because I don't even remember these characters in the show. Even the cover of the DVD showed 2 colorful, friendly puppets. I looked over at Kimberly, and she had this big smile on her face. I was confused since an image like that would terrify a child. "I am not sure if we should watch this anymore," I told her. "No, please keep it on," she exclaimed. I continued watching as the giant puppets didn't seem to faze her. The 2 large puppets came into the house. Colwin asked, "What do you guys want to do today?" The one puppet replied with the most horrific sound I ever heard. It sounded like a man was shouting, almost screaming in a strange language. The audio was very distorted at this point. I got up and ejected the disc from the VCR, much to Kimberly's disappointment. "Why did you stop it? Put it back on," she said. I didn't listen and put the DVD in the drawer. Even though Kimberly wasn't bothered by the show, I still thought it was too disturbing for a 5-year-old. I had trouble sleeping that night. I kept thinking about the video. I watched that show all the time when I was younger. I definitely have seen every episode. I didn't understand why I didn't remember an episode like this. I was still curious about the rest of the episode. I decided to go downstairs to finish it. I took the DVD out of the drawer and put it back into the VCR. I put it on my headphones so the noise would disturb my family. The episode began the same with the strange intro and the large puppets. After the one puppet made that terrifying sound, Colwin replied, "You're right, we should play a game." He then grabbed a knife off the counter. It cut It cut to a live-action arm painted orange to represent Colwin's. The knife went up to the arm and started to cut slits, each one deeper than the last. Colwin started to scream a blood-curdling scream. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I felt sick to my stomach. Blood gushed out of the wound as the screams got louder and louder. It then cut to a live-action neck painted orange. The knife went up to the throat and cut a deep slit in it, and blood began gushing out. It showed Colwin gasping heavily for air before his eyes turned completely white. The episode ended with him falling to the ground as the two tall white puppets looked directly into the camera with pitch black eyes. I was utterly terrified at this point. I immediately ejected the DVD and threw it into the trash. I couldn't sleep at all that night. I kept thinking about the episode. I got up the next morning and went downstairs to get some breakfast. I walked past Kimberly's room and saw she wasn't in there. When I got downstairs, I saw her on the couch, finishing up the horrific episode I watched last night. I immediately grabbed the remote and turned off the TV. "Why did you do that?" she asked. "Where did you get the DVD?" I shouted. "It was in the garbage," she replied. "I took it out because I wanted to finish the episode." "The show was very bad," I shouted. "No, it's not," she said. "They were just baking a cake." "What?" I said. "The episode was about Colwin and his friends baking a cake," she replied. I was shocked. "What did his friends look like?" I asked. "One was blue and one was red," she replied. "I really liked it. Can I watch it again?" Or Kentosu Army. Back with... Well, actually, this is the second part of the Creepypasta reading video, which this is going to be jumbled into the video at the end, as I wanted to do something different from the other Creepypasta readers. And also, sorry for my audio quality for the Creepypasta reading, as it's really hard to do that voice and keep it consistent and not trip over your words at the same time. So, yeah. And this is my first Creepypasta reading, so, okay? Just bear with me as I try to get my bearings with that. Now, it's not too often you see Creepypasta readers look into the origins of where the Creepypasta image comes from. Now, in Colwin's corner, you see this Ronald McDonald looking puppet thing as the main image. And this video is known as, well, the person who has this video up, called Retronitario, calls it Scary Puppets Organ Harvesting, 1985. Now, this video I saw at the end of Blame It on Jorge's video of Lost Media Creepypasta stuff, where he says where some images come from. But he didn't say, like, that, where, if this video was lost or not, as it played during his outro. And I saw that, I was just like, that looks suspicious, and, like, suspiciously familiar. So I was going to ask someone for help with this when finding the video, as I couldn't find it myself. So I had messaged Daikate of the Lost Media Wiki Discord server, and he said that he could get the video for me from Jorge, or George, or however you pronounce it. Correct me in the comments, as I am horrible at pronouncing names at times. And he was able to get the video to me. And now I'm going to react to the video. So, here we go.
Unfortunately, doctors at medical hospital report a constant shortage of donors for organ transplants. And that's the news.
What's wrong, dear? Why are you crying?
Okay, one, how do they get the tears coming out of a puppet? That's creepy. I can tell why this is called Scary Puppet Organ Harvesting. Now, this is actually a PSA, and what it sounds like is that this kid is like maybe Canadian. It sounds like Canadian accent. You'll know why in a second.
Crying. I feel sorry for that kid on TV waiting for a new heart.
It's the way he said sorry. That's what triggers the mind of like Canadian accent. But who knows, that could be entirely off. So let's just get through the rest of this.
I wish there was something I could do to help. There is, Danny. Your father and I have signed the organ donor cards on the back of our driver's licenses. Look, we're telling people that if we're ever in a fatal accident, we want to pass on the gift of life to others.
Why would they have that on the back of a driver's license? Do every driver's license have that on the back of them? I never knew about that.
Oh, Mom, I still feel bad. I don't even have a driver's license. No problem. We'll call the MORE program toll-free and get an organ donor card just for you. Just for...
What is the MORE program? As they mentioned that, and I don't even know what the MORE program is. Can someone explain what the MORE program is and where this is based in? As I have no idea where the country of origin for this PSA is from.
For me, it's as natural as giving blood. You can give the gift of a lifetime and you won't feel a thing. I feel something, Mom. You do? Yeah, I feel better already.
And you won't feel a thing. That's a creepy line. Whoa. And yeah, I get ads. But that was the PSA that the image for Colwin's Corner originated from. So, yeah. Oh my god, and you could see like the side of one of Blame It on George's videos. The top 20 unintentionally disturbing kids characters from around the world. Let me know if you want a reaction to that at some point, as I'm willing to do reaction videos to Blame It on George's stuff, or maybe reactions to other creepy PSAs. Let me know. I might do it. Well, that has been all from me, and I will see you next time. Peace.